Hey, my name is Lil-Rounds, and I am Memphis Made. So I grew up towards Orange Mound in Memphis, Tennessee. I went to Sharp Elementary, and we moved around a little bit when I was younger. So I went from Sharp, and then I actually went to Goodlet Elementary School as well. Middle school, I actually went to a school at my church. I went to West Haven Community Church of God in Christ. We started a small school from there. My mom used to homeschool us, and then the church decided to start its own private Christian school for its students, and so we attended that school in middle school. And I went to high school at Overton High for a couple of years, but then we moved out a little further east, and I went to Wooddale High School for my senior year. Growing up, I think I always knew singing was going to be my whole life's journey. I started singing at a very young age. I was maybe 3 years old, and I can remember gathering with the family. One of the first songs I can remember singing is Happy Birthday. And from there, I joined our family choir when I was about 5 years old, and then I was in our Sunshine Band at the church. And I just fell in love, and I knew music was my heart's joy and desire. My entire family almost sings, from my mother to my uncles, my cousins. I have a lot of family members that play instruments. You name it, we could do it. My grandfather, Sylvester Mackey, he was lead guitar player for B.B. King for quite some time. And so I believe that's where my family got a lot of their musical ear and, that spirit for music from him. Growing up, my mom and dad were Bible Belt Christians, and so in my house, you weren't listening to anything but gospel music. So I heard a lot of the greats like Shirley Caesar. I heard Mahalia Jackson, and then I would go to Auntie's house, and Auntie would be playing more of Your Temptations, or she'd have Stevie Wonder on the radio station, or Aretha Franklin. I remember at Sharp Elementary, that's one of my fondest memories, was singing in a talent show, and I did the song Silent Night. And I remember that was the first time I got a standing ovation, and it was over from there. I loved it. Just wanted to sing all the time after that. When I finished high school, the goal was for me to go straight to Atlanta and start working on my music. I was already working with a producer out of Memphis named Black Elvis. We were recording and doing different things of that nature. Didn't quite go that way right off the bat because I was a mom first, and so I stayed home to take care of my babies. But then I found myself around 2009. I decided that I did want to try to take things to another level, and a lot of people were telling me about this show, American Idol. I'd seen it on TV, and I thought, wow, that looks amazing, but then again, how real is that exactly? But I did know that I wanted a professional career, so I decided to chase that dream, and I went for it and went to American Idol. Once I got to American Idol, it was special. Right off the bat, I believe I walked into one of the most enlightening, yet probably most frightening experiences at the same time. When I went to audition for American Idol, I went to Kansas City, and when we got there, we went to an arena. The arena had from what I was told, there were over 130,000 people that attended that day, and so I was in a line that was brutal. to get through those first auditions, but thankfully I did. And from there, I got a golden ticket to continue to go to Hollywood. That was very eye-opening because I got to go to California for the first time. And I got in there and started working with some of the best in the business, some of the top industry professionals, from vocal coaches to producers. That experience opened up my eyes to a whole new world that I didn't know even existed. And now in my professional career, I try to take a lot of what I learned during that experience along with me through my journey, even today. My proudest moment, I would have to say, was when I was on American Idol, and my ex-husband and my 3 children were sitting in the audience. And I remember singing the song, I Surrender, by Celine Dion. And it was a beautiful ballad. And so I looked out in the audience and I saw my son, Bryce, being held up by his father as he watched me sing. And I saw my other 2 babies, my 2 daughters, Lauren and Tamia. They were standing up in their seats so that they could see me sing. And I remember as soon as I hit my last note, my baby was crying and they were clapping. And I mean, that moment, you could have really bought me for a penny. It was definitely one of the most proudest moments I've ever had. I was praying that I got a chance to go on tour, and thankfully, you know, God blessed me to be able to make it all the way to the top 7, which put me on the American Idol tour. So when I returned back home, the first thing my city did for me was a parade. So I had a whole parade. Downtown Memphis, Hard Rock Cafe put on a award ceremony for me where I received Key to the City and a lot of other beautiful awards. I can't even explain the feeling that gave me to come back home and have my city to receive me the way that they did. Forever grateful, love my city. So after American Idol, my career took off. It was like I was on a airplane and I was soaring high above the clouds. And then after Idol, it was like put on your parachute because you're getting ready to just jump. And when you jump, just be prepared for, you know, everything that may very well happen. And so doors started opening, phone was ringing off the hook. I was going to travel with places like, you know, LA and New York to do shows, did some work overseas. I was able to go to Atlanta to do some work with a lot of people. But now I'm actually doing my own independent label as well as production. I am putting my catalog of music together as we speak. Looking forward to a couple of things in TV that I'll be doing, some new shows coming up. I have a new foundation that I'm working with called Mosaic Institute of Performing Arts. That is my foundation where I work with a lot of young artists on how to get to the next level in the music industry. So great things ahead. You have to be true to yourself and be true to your artistry. Know what you want and go for that. But don't get too consumed by all the lights. Don't get consumed by all the voices around you, you know, that'll try to pump your head up. Stay true to who you are, stay humble, keep God first. You'll go all the way.